Start. All right. Welcome, 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 everybody, to the Amaretto community meeting. This is our second community meeting of 2026, and wow, is time really flying by? So, we have an Amaretto community meeting the last Tuesday of every month, and it's just a great time for us to get together with you guys so we can talk about things, so we can get some feedback, so we can announce some secrets sometimes and do things like that. So I'm certainly glad that all of you guys joined us today. Now, since our last meeting, we've had two limited editions, right? We had the 2026 limited edition, the Elephant Horse. This was the winner, the winning chosen from the Design Your Own LE contest. And I want to give a big shout out to Luna Barrick for submitting the winning design. And then we also had the 2026 Valentine's Day. This time around, it was the duck for the Barnyard Birds. So I wanted to get some feedback on the Valentine's Day LEs. Did we like those? I mean, they were cute. You couldn't get any more cute than those Valentine's Day edition animals. But I wanted to see what you guys thought. The plushie, they looked soft, right? Yeah, Chronic did an amazing job on those textures. I wanted that plushie in real life. You know what I mean? So hiding in the 2026 limited edition, the Elephant Horse were two brand new legs, the Valerium and Illyrian. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check those out, those are on the wiki. You can click that link and they'll be the last two legs. Now, I've heard a little rumblings about some other things found from the Valentine's LEs. Have you guys seen or gotten anything from those Valentine's edition animals? What'd you get, Wildfire? A branding. Nice. Okay, and then I did see the connection that Yogi did today on the pony patch. Ponies got brandings, and they're called pony patches. And it is the 16th trait for the pony pals. So that's kind of a big deal, right? 16 traits. I remember when we only had like four. Another thing, oh, let's see what Kelly posted. Oh, nice. That's the Corazon Dusty Rose branding that Kelly got on her. Is that a Black Walker? I'm guessing. I'm guessing. So, yeah, I like that. I don't know about you guys. And you can't really see it in the photo, but when you see it in World, it has little stitching around the heart like it was just like the plushie, right? So it looks like it was stitched on to the horse. So very cute. That branding does have the ability to pass, you guys. So if your LEs are pregnant, who knows? You might get lucky, right? And we have a lot of heart traits, so I like when we add stuff that we can build upon, right? And the ducks, did anybody see anything that the ducks got? What'd you see, Yogi? The tag on the butt? That was so cute. I don't know if I've seen anybody post anything from the ducks. I'll have to look, see if somebody's posted something or gotten it. I can talk about it, but if not, it's still a surprise. So I will look and let you guys know. All right. Haven't seen it yet. So let's talk about reading challenges because boy, we have a bunch of new ones, right? So the horses only currently have one breeding challenge, and I want to make it really clear that a qualified breeding, that's something that changes every month, right? So like the breeding of the envy horns to get the envy bow for the month of February, that's a qualified breeding. These are breeding challenges. That means these go on for an undetermined amount of time until Amaretto tells you, hey, we're going to end this challenge. So the horses only have one. And if you don't know what that is breed two horses with any loony like heart. Anybody doing that?
Yes.
to get a Cupid's arrow aura. How many of you guys have gotten that Cupid's arrow aura? There is a link to it if you have not seen it. It's super cute. And how great would that new branding that Kelly posted look with this aura? I think it would match perfectly. So, again, something we can build on. So, active breeding challenges for canines. I'm not going to go over things we retired. I'm only going to talk about active ones, okay? So, active breeding challenges for canines, we have one, breed together a crystal tiara blue quartz with a crystal tiara gold quartz. Those are horns on your canines. We have breed together any two canines with dipped tail grape. And then we have breed together two canines with a rainbow harness. And the fourth one, because there is a fourth one for all the smaller animals right now, is anytime you breed two canines with a constellation eye together, you could get an awesome new eye, which we all know is a galaxy eye. So those are all the canine challenges. For chickens, let's talk about the active breeding challenge for chickens. We have breed together any two chickens with an onyx beak color. That's one. Breed together any two chickens with a granite leg. That would be two. Breed together any two chickens with a ripple eye. That would be three. And for anytime you breed two chickens with constellation eyes, you could get an awesome new eye, which we know, galaxy eyes. All right, active breeding challenges for ponies. We're just going to go down the list here. We have breed together two masquerade and onyx ponies together. Breed together a pony with a rainbow candy and a prism horn together. Breed together two ponies with hoof enamel rainbow. So nice challenges there. And a lot of these are easy. Like a masquerade and onyx. If you're a pony breeder, you have a ton of those. And the fourth one being, of course, anytime you breed any two ponies with constellation eyes together, you could get an awesome new eye, which we all know is the galaxy eye. All right, ducks even got four new ones. We have breed together two ducks with butterfly auras. Breed together two ducks with a flamingo sweater. Breed together two ducks with a batty bosom bloom. And for anytime you breed two ducks with constellation eyes, guess what you can get? Anybody have any clue? Take a wild guess. A new eye, and that new eye is a galaxy eye. There you go. All right, now peafowls. Peafowls got new challenges as well. We have four. Breed together a scarlet bow tie with a cobalt bow tie. Breed together two splatter eyes purple. Breed together two Indian peafowl orchids. And of course, anytime you breed peafowls with splatter eyes together, you could get an awesome new eye, which we all know is galaxy eyes. All right. So those are all our breeding challenges. And that's a lot to keep up with, guys. I know it's a lot to keep up with. So taking some feedback from Neil and other people in the group, I've created a page on our website to list only active breeding challenges so that it's easier for you guys to keep up with. If you haven't seen this tab on the website, there is a link to it right there. Now, this is not going to list albinos, galaxies, elementals, confection, dazzle horses. It's not going to list all that stuff. Does that mean that you can't make those? No, you absolutely can't. These are breeding challenges that are new, that only last for a specific amount of time. We've been breeding dazzle horses for 22 years, I think. So all of those things are still active and fine. In addition to all of those, we have these breeding challenges. So whenever in doubt, you just go over there, click on active breeding challenge. If you don't see that challenge, guess what? It's not active. All right, send Ava back to school for Beth. That's okay. So bookmark that page. It does, like I said, it doesn't include all those albinos, galaxies, elementals, confections, ruins, vapor waves, space odyssey. Should I keep going, or you guys got it, right? Okay, those are ongoing. Absolutely. So we also got a new qualified breeding for the month of March for the horses. And who knows what that was? I really like this challenge. It was breed together any two crazed coat walkers. Now, my original post, I had left one off the end, but it does include Utopia Craze Coat Walkers, right? So I did change the connection to have the Craze Coat Utopia. But if you go to the, let me pull up the link because I thought I had it, but I don't. So, Craze Coats, we birthed those a long time ago. If it is on this page, then it qualifies, and it does include the Utopia Craze Coat Walker. All right. And what'd you guys come up with? If you were debating on what would drop, what'd you guys come up with? Minis or you're hoping minis? Rainbow Aura, which we kind of already have. Bundles will drop. Bundles will drop. All right. I guess we're just gonna have to wait for March to get here so you guys can find out. Um, let's talk real quick about ARU classes. Classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Saturdays at 11. We are planning on having an ARU graduation. It will be March 3rd at 1 p.m. SLT. Okay. I've already sent out caps and gowns earlier to all the graduates. So if you didn't get one, you're not on my graduating list. So you need to get with me after the meeting if you think you should be on my list. Okay. So if you have any questions about that. And guys, I want to tell you these classes are really short, they're really simple, and it will not take you 10 years to complete this. I have people that just started taking classes 4 months ago and they're done. March 3rd at 1 p.m. That is going to be next Tuesday. Now, if you're a graduate and you can't make it, that's fine. You'll still get your cap, your gown, your certificate, all that kind of good stuff, but we would love to see you here if you can. Took you 4 years. It's taken some people a few years. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Now, I want to talk about the Cupid Craze Showdown. Has everybody went over there and taken a look at all those entries? There are some amazing, amazing horses. There's some canines. There's some peafowls. I think there's even a chicken. Lots of reds and hearts and pink and all that kind of stuff. If you have not checked that out already, I want to make sure because I am doing a community favorite and I did the voting a little bit different. I did a Google Forms voting, and you do have to supply your email address to vote, which means people only get to vote once unless they're just really crazy and have, 52 Gmail accounts they can sign into. But I am tracking that so I can take a look and see. But if you haven't went over there, go over there, take a look. Some amazing entries. The winners for that contest will be announced later on this week. And so make a Gmail. They're free, Zoe. Super simple. Do we want to have another contest? If so, what do we want to have? Do we want to take a break from a contest? I don't know. How are you guys feeling? What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? What's a beach one? A beachy contest? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we want to have another contest? Do we want to take a break? We want to do a summer contest? Let's go to the beach. Okay, when you say beach, you mean what traits? Because the first thing that people are going to ask me is what traits qualify as a beach trait. So the ones that come to mind off the top of my head are there's a couple of blankets. Well, if we're going to do anything related to summer, it should be summer, right? Not just beach. Yeah, suntan coat. Like I said, I know some blankets that look very beachy. Tropical. I like the idea of tropical. That could be beachy, right? That could be the macaw traits. That could be the suntan. That could anything tropical. Okay, tropical. All right, you guys like tropical? Let me hold on. I gotta put this on my note card because if I don't write it down and then I forget, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I told them we were gonna do this contest and I have no idea what it was. Okay, so tropical. And what are our rules gonna be?
But on it is the like the birds and stuff. That we don't have no traits for the birds.
Yeah, the birds have the macaw traits as well.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so there's the palm tree thing for the horses. So what do we want our rules to be? 8 traits, 9 traits, 10 traits, 2 traits? Do we want them to be all regular horses? Do we want them all to be fell ponies? Do we want them all to be Shetlands? What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to breed for? 8 traits. Got it. We decided tropical Anna and 8 traits with 2 tropical traits or 8 traits with 3 tropical traits. I let you guys decide. Yeah, sun will count as tropical. 2? Okay. Yeah, I think there's definitely some tropical pony traits. But if you are a pony breeder or you're a bird breeder or a dog breeder, um, get with me and let me know what you're thinking, and we'll work it out. So I will list the official rules. 2 tropical traits, and do we wanna say any rules like must be a long, must have a Parisian mane and tail? How are we gonna jazz it up and make it a little harder? It has to be old enough for me to set it out and then have all of its traits because like birds don't get their traits until they're full grown. So if they're not full grown, they may be missing their traits, and then that's not going to be how you're going to vote on that. So do we want to say that they all have to be on the suntan horse? That's kind of cool. That's different. We've never done anything like that. I don't know. You guys got to help me out and tell me what you want. Double Parisian mains? I mean, what are we going to do to make it a little bit of a challenge? I'm not saying it has to be super hard, but we need something. Parisian? Double Parisian mains? Because here's the thing, if we don't include something like that, somebody could go take a bundle out of their inventory that they bred 5 years ago. Say, hey, this is my tropical project I made in 2017. I can birth 2 parents, I can breed one, and I'm done. So that's why we got to add a twist, right? Double braided. All right, how about this? Double Frisian mane, type of 1 in chat. Double braided mane, type of 2 in chat. Seems like you guys like the Frisian. All right. Must be double Frisian, mane and tail. Okay. I'm sorry, the 2s with the 1s outnumbered you guys. All right, so tropical, 8 traits, 2 tropical traits must be a double Frisian mane and tail. I will come up with something that will be the equivalent for dogs and ponies and all that stuff. So don't worry about that. And we're going to say, should this start today and go 4 months or 3 months? Born between 224. 4 months or three? 4 months. So 4 months from today would be 1, 2, 3, 4. June 24th. Actually, June 23rd. All right, so here we go. So I will post the rules for that on the events page. I mean, under the contest, right? So let's see what else I have on my list. I do want to remind everybody on how to submit a suggestion to Amaretto. Several different ways. One, you can file a ticket. Two, you can post on the forums. Three, you can drop a note card in the mailbox at the main store. Four, you can talk to any one of us directly. Okay? Yep. Post on the forums, file a ticket, drop a note card, talk to someone at Amaretto directly. I do want to take a moment to address something important regarding breeder conduct within the community. I'm not going to get into any details, but recently I've been receiving note cards asking about certain situations, and it's not just one situation, it's multiple situations. I'm not going to comment on the individual situations. However, I do want to remind each and every one of you that you are your best defense when dealing with others, to protect yourself from the start. All right, guys. Number one, do not give your breedables to somebody else to breed for you, to sell for you, to hold for you, to keep for you, because if something goes wrong, guess what? There's nothing that can be done because you gave it to them, right? It becomes a personal matter between two breeders, and Amaretto is not going to get involved and is not going to be able to resolve it. Okay? So you assume that risk. The same applies to lindens. Do not pay somebody for a horse on Tuesday that they're supposed to send you on Friday, right? Do not loan the auctioneer 3K so they can buy your horse and they're going to pay you back as soon as they can, right? The thing is unless you are fully prepared to accept the consequences, if it doesn't go right, don't do it, okay? Protect yourself. If you choose to trust somebody with your breedables or your lindens or your sim or your avatar or whatever, you're also accepting the risk that comes along with those decisions, okay? So they stole my this, they did this. It only happens because you allow it to, right? That is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to comment on anything. There's a couple different situations that are going on right now. And you guys have to be smart. A community divided does good for nobody, right? And I hate when I see divisions in the community. So you guys got to be smart and protect yourselves, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. And on that, I'm going to open up the floor so that we can talk about anything that you guys want to talk about, any questions that you may have, or problems that you may be going through, and things like that. Also, lend out horses for a museum and the person passed away. Yeah, there's nothing. I can't take an animal from one person and give it to another person. I can't do that. That would be very wrong. That would be like Linden Labs taking your lindens and giving them to the person next to you, right? They wouldn't do that. All right. I just want to say, as if I've ever asked anyone to pass me their problem horse, I swear to my children. And here's the thing. The moderators are amazing and they are there to help you, but they are not customer service. So if you have a duplicated horse, tracking down Anna and trying to send it to her is not going to help you. Okay? So you got to know. You got to know. Any chance that mutts will be extended to all coats? I would love to see some more mutts. I'm not going to say that, yeah, that's going to be extended to every other coat, but I wouldn't be surprised if down the line you saw some more mutts. We have poodles. You mean poodle mutts? Excuse me. So yeah, we do have poodles for the canines. They're cute. I do not have an ETA that I can share with you guys. I can tell you guys that we are doing a lot of different things. So a lot of different things are happening, right? We have our design team who's working on these amazing looking animesh horses that can do all kinds of amazing things that we can't do with our sculpty horses, right? Yeah, we got enough spokes in the wheel. We multitask. Then I've got our scripting team that is not only making our horses do things that they've never done before, but making them do them more efficiently. So you guys know that Amaretto's been around for 16 years. There's been a lot of technology changes that have happened in that time. So, with each update of any animal, as things change and there's new things that we can utilize and do, we implement those. So, we got everybody on the team working on different aspects of this update. So, I'm super excited and excuse me. I'm not saying it'll be tomorrow. I'm not saying it'll be next month, but I can tell you that every day, diligently as a collective, we have multiple people working on it every day. Toy poodles like a handbag. That would be funny, Ricardo. You hear about amazing animations on the Animesh. I think if you look back through the connections, there's a video. If you missed the live when we brought it out on our birthday, you can find that. 1 month and a day. Can you have mesh horses on March 1st? Sure you can, but not made by Amaretto. Oh, okay. Anybody having any problems or anything? I mean, you guys, this is your time. I got Lex, Chronic, Bucket, TM. We're all here to answer your questions if you guys have them. So please do not hold back. I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys. And like I say, and like I continue to say, I don't want you guys to tell me what I want to hear. I want you guys to give me your honest, genuine feedback because that's the only way we can get better. Bye, Wild. Breeding splatter eyes is not going to get you a special drop. It can only get you a galaxy eye, right? How many of you guys have galaxy eyes in your P files? I know some of you guys have galaxy eyes. I can see things that you can't. I know that you guys got some galaxy eyes. You switched to buying that. Are you breeding the eye now? Hey, Penny Joe. That's going to be a cat or a kid on the keyboard. Yes. You had 20 pods, but you didn't get the eye, but now you have the eye and you're breeding the eye. Nobody wants to talk about cockroaches, Neil. No, 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 no. Ew, 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 you guys. Well, you guys have nothing you guys want to talk about or share or any problems or anything you want to discuss? Now is the time, guys, while we're here. I promise you I'm pretty easy to talk to. And I'll listen to anybody as long as they're respectful. We can argue till the cows come home as long as we're respectful. You have your own cow. So nobody's been having any issues. So, one thing I do want to mention while I'm thinking about it, I have gotten a couple tickets for an expired breeding bundle. And it seems like I think anytime I announce a new qualified breeding or new breeding challenges, people start pulling out old animals, and this can happen. If you have a bundle that says expired breeding, that means that the parent horses were not 7.0. And it will tell me that because in the little thing that you post in your ticket, at the very end, it tells the version, right? So there's no way to get an expired bundle from 7.0 horses. Has to be 6.03 or older. And I can't fix those bundles. All you can do is update the horses. So, and if it's pregnant, if you pull out an old horse that's 6.03 in your inventory and it's pregnant, that pregnancy is not going to be any good because it's not 7.0. And that goes for all animals because they all have their own dates because we only support our latest release. So that's an expired bundle. Your horse has got to be 7.0. Expired kennel. I think the canines have to be version 3.01. Expired nests. So chickens 4.0, ducks 2.1, and peafowls 1.1. So if you're buying older stuff or you're pulling out older things from your inventory, go ahead and make sure that it's updated so you don't even have that problem. But I have seen a couple tickets talking about that. Where can you get a chicken with a fire aura? I don't know. Or you want a fire aura. Is that what you're saying? KFC. I want to know who is hoarding the splatter green eyes. Oh. I don't know what aura you're talking about, Starry, but the chickens only have cerulean gems, butterflies, shooting stars, and fireworks. Are you talking about fireworks? Okay. I would say send a notice in the advertising group. Look on the web market. A spaceship aura for the horses. Beam me up, Scotty. All right. Flies. You guys want a fly aura to be around your horses, little flies? All right. Well, I guess if nobody has any questions or suggestions or problems or complaints, I mean, I take them all.
I have a question. Can I say?
Sure.
Um, I want to ask if it is possible to have the option to give a second name to the beefles as we do to the horses, if it is easy for the scripters or not.
That would have to be in an update. So that's not
Oh,
something that we could, yeah. That
yeah,
would
it's
have to
very
be something.
useful for me because sometimes I need that option, and it's problem when I don't have it. This is just what I wanted to say.
Okay. Sativa, the salt off option. Oh, by the way, guys, I believe we have fixed the error in the lineage. If you've noticed since a couple days now, the lineage should be working every time you go to it. If it doesn't, please let me know. But I do believe that we found the culprit for the lineage that kept breaking and we'd have to reset it. And then you guys go to it and it wasn't working. I believe that has been resolved. Oh yeah, let's talk about the wiki for a minute, okay? Because the wiki was changed, and I want to talk to you guys about it. So if you go here, right? Everybody go there. If you look in the top right hand corner, and if you already have this menu pulled open, you won't see this. There is, it looks like a mask, right? Looks like some eyeballs. I don't know what they are. You click on those. So you can change the text to small, standard, or large. Um, you can change the width to standard or wide, and you can change it to be light or dark. Let me take a picture of what this menu looks like, and I'll tell you, for it to look more like how the wiki used to look for me, I have my settings just like that. I have it on large, I have it on wide, and then I have automatic, which I have my computer set to a dark mode, so I think it just knows that and sets it to dark. If you want it to be the white background like it used to be, you would select light. But I do prefer the dark. So you can change all of those and you just click those little googly eyes in the top right hand corner to do that. Now, once you've set it, I've noticed that mine, it saves the settings. So next time I go to the wiki, it's going to look just like it looked when I left it there. So that is the only change that happened with the wiki. So if you wanted it to look more like it used to, you would do large, wide, and light. So that's going to look just like it kind of looked before, or maybe standard, wide, and light. Is that what you were talking about, Keiichi? Okay. Well, hopefully that helps that you can just change those things so it looks to to do that. The events page is not opening for people in Europe again. Okay, I have been dealing with this issue, as you guys know, for a long time. I will take another look. I have not found the end all be all fix yet, but it was working previously. So when's the last time that you saw it work?
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Christmas? Okay.
Apparently.
It
Well,
stopped working for Live this weekend.
last time it worked for me was when you posted that link to me personally. But now it still doesn't work.
Okay. So there's something about the time zone and it only affects the people. And what time zone are you in, Yogi? Live, what time? You guys are in the same time zone,
European
right?
is like SLT plus 9.
Yeah, Liv, how about you? Well, what we're talking about, Anna, is the auction events calendar. There's no way that I could do that. Yeah, so if you're in the UK, it doesn't work. I got it. So I will look into that. Also, when you open the Amaretto page, you have to double click it to get it to open. What do you mean by that, Yogi?
Well, if I want to open it at my favorites, I try to open it. It does the whole I'm thinking about it. I try to click it again as a favorite, and then it opens.
Okay, TM, do you know what would be causing that?
Well, there you go. Neil has the same problem.
First time it just spins, you have to click it again to get it loaded. So the only thing I've noticed like that is sometimes like when I start a new browser and I go to it, it'll show me this page like I need to reload it and then it will display the page. So maybe that's the same thing that's happening. Okay. And that just kind of started like within the last month or two, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I know the website, it tries to pre-cache a lot of the static elements. Uh, Sometimes when it's really slow, it could just be because everything's just so far out of cache time, it has to rebuild everything. That could be it, but that would explain why it's slowing down just now.
Okay, so we'll take a look into that too. Uh, Events page. So Liv, you saw it up until this weekend? And it only happens on the home page. Interesting. Okay. But if you have a direct link to a different page, it comes up very quickly. Okay. You can take a look at that too.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, all these little things like this, guys, you gotta let me know, because if nobody lets me know, I don't know it's a problem. And that's what I mean by the more feedback I get, the better we can be. Let me just get a gauge. You guys, how many of you guys have the Cupid's arrow aura?
No.
So one person? Okay. So definitely some more breeding time for that then.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. One person is good. Do you think once one person gets it, we should just change it? That would make everybody mad but one person about. Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up or talk? And I want you guys to know that my IM box is always open. If you guys have a question, if you need help, if there's something you heard an auctioneer say at the auction, but you don't think that was right, but you don't really know, or Bobby Joe told Mark that told Tim that told John that told you that if you breed two, I don't know, albinos together, you could get in a, I don't, something crazy. Guys, don't be afraid to reach out and ask. I've always had like an open door policy, and I want to make sure that all of you guys know that, right? Long live Amaretto chat. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else, I do want to thank Lex and Tatum and Chronic and Bucket for being here with me today. I appreciate all you guys coming. You guys should be pretty busy with all the new breeding challenges, the new qualified challenges, the two LEs, the Valentine's. I mean, you guys should be. I don't know what I could give you, Anna. We got a new contest. Yep, parties at my house. The doors are open. Yes, thank you, each and every one of you guys, for coming today. And I hope to see you guys at the next one. Alrighty?